Hello and welcome everyone on the practical session of MS Word. Today we will be making a short and attractive summary on the introduction of computers of one page. Alright, so here is the thing. We're going to be preparing this today. The main objective of today's video is for you to be familiar with all the tools that I have used here in order to make my document a little bit more beautiful and attractive. All right, so we're going to be using these tools to decorate our page. All right, so let's get started now. So firstly, I'm going to open up my run box using Windows key plus R on your keyboard. Windows plus R, this will open the run box, and here we will type WINWORD, WinWord, and press enter. So we have a new MS Word document open. Alright, so first what we are going to discuss is the difference between save and save as. Alright, firstly, whenever we start working with any document in MS Word or any kind of other document from MS Office, firstly what we need to do is we have to save our document first. Alright, so we'll use this option save as. We'll click on save as first. Sorry, my computer is taking a little bit time. So this is it. Alright, when we click on the save as button, you'll see this box open. Alright, over here we have three options. Alright, this first box over here which you're seeing, this space, this box is used for you to choose the file where you want this folder to be saved. Alright, so here you can see my computer desktop. So you have to select the space where you want to save your file. Alright, so I'm going to be saving this document in my desktop, and over here I have my all the folders that is present on my desktop. Alright, so I'm just going to open a folder where I want to save this file. Alright, so I have selected my computer desktop and exp, the folder named exp. Alright, so here I'm going to save my file, and the next option we have is file name, the name of the file which you want to be the you can type the name of the file however you want. So I'm going to save this file as practice word. Alright, so on the next option we have save as type. Over here we can select the type of document we want. Alright, so we can save this file as Word document or any other, such as if you want it to be saved as PDF format, so we can save it as PDF. Alright, so over here we just wanted to save as Word document, so we'll leave it as it is and click on save. So by doing this, what we have done is we have saved this file according to its name. It's practice word now, and it's saved in the folder exp on the desktop. Alright, so here's the thing. So after this, whatever progress we make on this file, we can simply use save for the next time. Alright, so next time we make any changes, we can simply click on save, and it is going to save our documents. Alright, so let's close this one. So this is the document that we are going to be preparing today. Have a look. Alright, so let's get started now. Right, we'll start with putting up a page border. Alright, first, so we'll have to go to page layout, and then we'll have to select a page border. Alright, here's page border, and I'll select the type of border I want, and over here what kind of effect do you want. Alright, just normal box, or you want it in a shadow or 3D format, or you want to customize it. And over here you can see the width of how much thickness you want your border to be. Alright, so I wanted this, so I click on OK. So here I have my page border. The next thing we are going to add over here is a header. Alright, so we're going to add a header over here. So when we click on header, so we get this list of headers that is available. Alright, so we'll use this one, and over here we're going to type Sikkim College. Press the tab button once and we go on to the next 2020. So our header is done. We double click on the blank side, so it's done. Alright, so till now we have only used border and a header. Alright, and again we're going to add page number over here also. Similarly, we go to insert and then click on page number over here, page number, and we would, where do you want it, on the top of page, bottom of page? Alright, so we would want it in bottom of the page, and we would want it this way. So click over here and we have our first page. Alright, it will be called footer. So again double press, so here we have our page number and our header and border for our page. The next thing which we'll add is watermark. Alright, watermark is something which looks like this. On the background of your page you can see basics of IT written. Alright, so we will be adding this. This is known as watermark, sorry. So we will be adding that on the insert menu. Sorry, on the page layout we can see here over here page background, there's watermark. Alright, so we click on watermark once and we go to custom watermark. Alright, and you can see this, and we have to add text watermark. Alright, so you can select the font, you can select the size, and in the text you'll have to type in whatever you want. So it was basics of IT, basics of IT. So apply layout, you want it diagonal or horizontal. Alright, so you can choose whatever you like and then close it. So we have our watermark. Alright, basics of IT. So now we'll start on with our document. Alright, so firstly we're going to add introduction. We're going to bold the headlines, bold and underline all the headlines. Alright, bold and underline, so, and capital letters on. So introduction. Alright, click enter, and we are going to highlight this heading as well. Alright, so how we can highlight is, we simply have to go on the font first, highlight the text we want to highlight, and over here you can see text highlight color. Alright, so you can choose the colors you want for your text to be highlighted. So we're going to select the yellow, introduction. Alright, so here we have our first heading. So on the introduction, whatever the introduction is needed, I'm simply going to copy the text. Alright, so in order to copy, firstly we select the text which we want to copy and right click the mouse, and we have our option copy. So we select this copy and again open our next document and again right click and paste. Alright, so here we have introduction. Our computer is an electronic device capable of acquiring data, process the data and provide results as output, and can also store the data for future use. So here we have a small introduction to what a computer is. Alright, so the next heading we have here is input and output devices. So again it's already bold and underlined, so input slash So here we have our next heading, input and output devices. So we are again going to highlight this heading, and for the body part I'm simply going to okay, so input and output devices. Alright, so number 1 and number 2, as you can see over here, this one is a form of bullet. Alright, so numbering. So what we can do, we can simply type in 1 and we have to put a full stop and click on space bar. Alright, so we have our bullet as number 1. So we are going to disable this bold and underline. Alright, so firstly let's just bold it. Alright, let's not underline. So input device, input device. Alright, so for input devices, what we have, will just simply copy the text. In order to copy this text, I'm going to use a shortcut now. We'll have to press on your keyboard Ctrl plus C. Alright, we'll have to press those two keys together and your text will be copied automatically. Again we can go over here, and for pasting again we'll use a shortcut Ctrl plus V. Alright, so here we have. Now for example, input devices data and information are entered into computer through input devices. Alright, for example, now again we'll be putting another bullet, alright, named A, B, C, D. Alright, so what we are going to do for this, simply press A, full stop and then space. Alright, so we have a bullet excuse me. So what we can do, we can simply copy this again and paste it over here. Sorry, this isn't done. Sorry, we'll have to type in. Alright, so input devices would be your mouse, keyboard, sorry, joystick. Alright, these are a few examples of input devices. Alright, so now what we're going to do, we're going to again put another bullet and output devices. Output devices, sorry, all these text are underlined, so what we can do, we can select all these texts and press on underline button and the underlined will vanish. Alright, so we are again going to select the text we want to copy and simply click on Ctrl C, and we're going to go over here and Ctrl V. Alright, so here we have so again a full stop space, we have a bullet. Output devices, your example would be a monitor, other would be your speaker, and other example would be your printer. Alright, so these are few examples of your output devices. Alright, so here we learned how to put sorry, this one was supposed to be 2. Alright, so here we are. So here we learned how to highlight our text, right, and how to use bullets. Alright, so again we're simply going to copy this text. Alright, so there is thing called data and information. Alright, so any input given to the computer by user is data. Any raw information or any raw data which you provide in your computer, which you give input which you give as input in your computer, is termed as data, and the results which you get, alright, after the computer has processed your information, it will be called as information. Any raw unsorted data after being processed by the computer becomes information. Alright, so what you're giving inside the computer is data, and what your computer is giving you after processing is the information. Alright, so we are going to copy this text and again copy it to our document. Alright, so we'll position our cursor where we want it to be copied and simply copy it. So this is not done. So here we have. So now the next heading which we have is our memory unit. In order for a computer to run, firstly we need input output devices. Along with that we need memory unit and central processing unit. Alright, these are the hardware of the computer that the computer uses. Alright, apart from this the computer uses software, alright, which we're going to discuss in the next video. So the next comes memory unit. Alright, it's divided into 2 categories. So we already learned how to highlight, and so we are simply going to copy this text again, Ctrl C, and we're going to paste it where we want it. Alright, so we have pasted. So again, firstly we have primary memory and secondary memory. It's divided into 2 categories. Alright, so let's try it out again. We'll type 1 and full stop and then press spacebar. Right, primary memory, right, and then we can, okay, so primary memory, inside primary memory we have RAM and row. Alright, so these are again bullets. So what we're going to do for this, we're going to press enter once. It will automatically go to number 2. If you don't want it, you can press the backspace key once and it will look like this. Alright, and now I'm going to use the dot bullet, and I'm going to use a shortcut for it. Alright, so I'm going to type in star, which is present on the 8. Alright, you'll have to press shift plus 8 and you'll get the star, and simply press the space bar once and you'll have your bullet. So we'll write RAM, right, and we can copy the text. So Control C, Control V. Okay, so here we have our small definition of RAM. RAM stands for random access memory is volatile in nature, meaning that it loses its memory when the power is switched off. Alright, the memory can only be saved for a short period of time in RAM, and the data is stored and accessed randomly. Alright, so as the name says, random access memory. Any app that you open, that app directly gains access to your RAM memory and uses the RAM for its functioning. Alright, and as soon as you close that app, the RAM becomes again free of that app. So here we have. So again, next we have ROM. It's read-only memory. Alright, you can only read the memory which is present over here. You cannot change it, you cannot access it. Alright, so again we're going to copy this text, Control V. Alright, so here we go. Read-only memory is non-volatile in nature, meaning that it can store its memory as long as it wants. Alright, non-volatile in nature, and the memory inside of it cannot be changed. So here we have firstly our primary memory, and again we don't want this type of bullet anymore, so we click on backspace, and again, so we click on number 2, full stop, and then give it a space bar, and the bullet automatically comes. Alright, so second we have secondary memory. Secondary memory, what we have is hard drive, optical disk, and flash disk. Hard drive are those drives which are present in your computer for you to use, right? You can save your movies, you can save your pictures. Those are all hard drives. Optical disks would be your CD disks, right? We used to use it a couple of years earlier. And again, flash disks. Flash disks are what you would call your memory chips and your pen drives. Alright, so these form of memory storages that we use are secondary memory, right? So again, we have used the dotted bullet over here. So what we're going to do again, we're going to type in star. So we have hard drive, optical disks, and lastly we have flash disks. Alright, yeah, backspace. So it's done. Alright, I don't know from where this one came, so let's just cut it for now. Right, we don't want it here. So I'm going to show you how we have added this photos over here. Alright, so these two photos which are present in this document over here, actually we have not downloaded it from the internet or anywhere else. Alright, Actually, I have taken this photo from this Microsoft Word itself. Alright, so how can we add this type of photos? Is we simply have to go to insert, and over here you can see this option inside the illustrations. It's called clip art. Alright, over here we have some small clips of art which we can use. Alright, such as these ones, the computer which you're seeing over here, and these two pictures which we have used it from the clip art. Alright, so once we click on this clip art button, you can see this tab opens over here, right on the right hand side. So over here, search for what we are going to search for is computer. We are going to search for photos of computers. So once we type in computer, we'll press go, and then we can see the results. Alright, there are multiple number of pictures regarding computer. So we're going to use this one, and again alright, so we're going to do it one by one. Alright, so once we have entered a picture, or whether it be anything, not just picture, whenever you enter any sort of tool, you can see this format appear. Alright, when you select this, once we select over here, the format again disappears. Alright, but when we select the picture, this format tab appears, which means this is the settings for this photo. Alright, all of the settings we can change of this photo from this format option. So we wanted this photo to be somewhere over here on this page, on this side of the page, right? So over here we can see arrange. On the arrange menu we will see position. So in the position we'll click once, and we wanted this photo to be somewhere over here, right? So we'll select this position for this photo, and your photo is over here. We can increase and decrease the size of photo, right? And we can also move it wherever we want. Alright, we have to position it first on which corner we want, and we can change its position a little bit. Alright, so we have our first photo over here, and again similarly we are going to add another photo of this computer. Alright, so again on the arrange, position will go, and we wanted this somewhere over here. Alright, so we can see that the computer is over here, and we can decrease the size of this computer and relocate it. Alright, so here we have our clip art. Alright, we used clip art from the insert menu. Alright, so here we have our two photos, and now for our next heading is central processing unit. So in order to make your heading look this way, what we are going to use, we're going to use a tool called word art. Alright, so we first take our mouse cursor to where we want it, and again from the insert menu, in the insert text tab, we'll find word art, and the text you can see over here, it's written here word art. So once we click over here, so all this appears, and we can select whichever type we want. Alright, so we want something like this. Alright, so I'm clicking over here and select your text here. So we need to type in our text here, which was central processing unit. Alright, so we'll set the size to at least 20, I guess, and we'll select the font. So okay, and we have our heading. Alright, so again you can see this format for this again, so we can manage the size and we can manage the shadow effect. Alright, actually there was a shadow effect before, but it was not so clear, so I will disable the shadow effect, and so we can change the color also. Right, so we'll make it a little darker blue. Okay, so here we have our heading, central processing unit. Alright, so for this style we used word art from the insert menu. So in the central processing unit there are arithmetic logic unit, control unit, and registers. Alright, so this is another type of bullet again over here. In order for us to use this type of bullet, what we can do, we can simply first type in the closing bracket, alright, and press the space button once. Alright, so here we have our bullet. Sorry, my computer is a bit slow today, running quite slow today. So now what we're going to do, we're simply going to copy this text. Alright, so Control C, copy. Can we go to my document and Control V, paste. Alright, so we have our firstly arithmetic logic unit. It executes all the arithmetic and logical operations. Other we have is control unit, reads the code and instructions from the memory for your next instructions. And lastly we have registers, stores the data that is to be executed next. Alright, so these are the important parts present in your central processing unit. Alright, so lastly what we're going to do is we're going to make this flowchart. Alright, so here we are putting data as input, and your computer processes the data and produces information as output. Alright, so this is the overview of how your computer actually works. Alright, in a simple way. So we're going to use shapes over here in order to make this. So we go to our document, and on the insert tab we'll simply click on shapes. Again on illustrations, just after your clip art we can find shapes. So select a shape, and we want a rectangle. Right, so we'll add a first rectangle box over here. We can drag it. We're again going to add a rectangle. So I think we're going to need a little bit more of space, so I'm going to shift this photo a little bit upwards, and again I'm going to add a shape. Alright, so here we have so now we're going to use the arrow shape again, and use one arrow over here, and again we're going to put up another arrow over here. So here we are. So now we select the first shape, and we have to make a right click on the mouse. Alright, you can see this appear, and we'll have to click on add text. This way you can add any type of text inside any type of shape. Alright, so we click on add text and we data input. Alright, first we are providing data as input. So we're going to make this text a little bigger. Alright, and we're going to align it in the center. Right, so on the next box again we make a right click and add text. Alright, so what we have in the next box, data processing operations. Alright, so again operations, and again we're going to select this text and we're going to increase its size. Alright, and again we're going to center align it. And on the last box again we're going to make a right click, add text, and then information as output. Alright, so again I'm going to select this, size and center align it. Right, I think it will be better if I bold it. So again I'm bolding all this. So here we have. Alright, so we have a red colored box over here and red colored arrow. Alright, we have added a box but it's not in red color. So what we are going to do over here, we'll select this box again. After selecting this box, as I said earlier, we will get this format. So once we click over here, we'll see this option. Alright, so over here in the shape outline we'll have to select this and we'll have to select the color of it. Alright, and again we go to shape outline and again we see over here weight. Alright, so it determines what thickness do you want your shape. Alright, so I think this 3 would be good. So here we have. So again we select this shape, this arrow, and we'll position it a little bit forward. We'll shorten its size, and now we'll again go to format, shape outline, we'll set the color to red, and again we'll go to weight and we'll make it a little bit thicker. Alright, so now what we can do, we can use format painter for the rest of our boxes. Alright, we select this box first, we click on format painter, and again you can see over here we select this box, format painter, again we have this, and again I select format painter and click on the border of this box, and again I click on format painter and I click on this arrow. Right, so here we have. So over here our size is a little bit bigger than the box, so what we're going to do, we're going to again arrange the size accordingly. So here we have. So now in order to save our document, what we'll be doing, we'll be using a shortcut key, Ctrl+S. Simply we can click on Ctrl+S and you can see over here your word is saving your practice word. Alright, so your document is saved. So now another important thing before you take a print of any document, what we need to do, we have to check the print preview. We go to this office button once, and in the print option you can see over here you've got print, quick print and print preview. Alright, whenever you're about to print any document, be sure that you check your print preview first. Once we click on this, the actual print of the paper is going to be shown. Alright, so this is the basic printout that you're going to be getting. So please make sure that you check your print preview before you finally print your document. Alright, so here we have our document ready. So the main objective of this video was to make you aware of all these tools which we used in order to make our document a little bit more decorate, in order to decorate our document. Alright, so these are the tools which we can use. They are quite simple to use and very basic. Alright, and it will help you if you are preparing any kind of document such as this one. I hope this video was helpful to you in any way, and I hope you all will try to do the same at home. Thank you so much.